Lachman Shroud hip fire test. I saw something about it having zero recoil, so I'm testing that now. And so far, it doesn't actually have a recoil. I mean, this is me shooting without recoil control. That is very consistent, especially with a hip fire. So, with this, that's one plate, by the way. Switch that. Again, using the Lachman SMG, or all SMGs, will dominate in about 8 meters and less. And I'm only going to do chest shots, so this should be at least 4 bursts. And if we do a headshot, probably 2 bursts or 3. Still 4. But anyways, here's the build. Starting with the barrel, use the 114 millimeters Dark Star. Tune this with damage range at 32 inches, and then aim walking speed. Now you could argue if you want to use recoil steadiness. Again, that's fine, but also you are fighting at a close range, so you don't need that. And as you can see earlier, there is no recoil. Now watch this specifically. There's a big jump, and you're going to see that under the mobility is going to max out. So that means if it's already maxed out there, you need to prioritize your recoil, right? So you need to max out that mobility, and once it hits right about there, so use it at 0.4, or you can actually leave it at 0. It's perfectly fine as well. But since for me, I like more mobile, and again there's no recoil, I'll probably put it at 0.6, 0.7, 0.5 really. For the laser, use the .2 GP04. Usually I would argue use the quickfire laser or the VLK LC laser 7 milliwatts, but because it's a hip fire, use the .3 GP. Tuning for that is going to be hip spread 39.48. If you can get it there exactly or close to, that's great. And as well with hip fire, hip walking speed, because again you're only going to be firing from the hip. Now I like sliding. This is not a shotgun, so I'm gonna keep it here. And again, like I said earlier, watch the tuning part of it. That's the biggest key here. There is always going to be some finicky stuff that you're going to see, especially with this. So if I adjust just a little bit, see how there's a big jump there, and then it maxes out right about here. And then when you fully go, all right, you don't really get the benefit. So you might want to find where that maxes out. I think I got it at 32.89 or something like that. I don't remember, but I'm gonna tune it again. So right about this range, 36, 37. Okay. And then for the pineapple under barrel, I didn't tune it yet, but you would go at hip fire walking speed, because again you want to have a good you want to have a high mobility on your gun. So right now looking at where it maxes out, so right about here for the recoil. Now I'm looking at the mobility itself. See how it kind of jumps back and forth. So find where those two peaks kind of hit. So about 0.48, 0.49 is what you're looking at. And then you don't need aim down sight speed, you need hip fire accuracy. So doing that, you're losing the handling. So again, you're not ADSing. So find where you can find that center or that peak right about there. Now again, you could argue you could go all the way over here to hip fire accuracy, but then again, I bet you once you start kind of going into the habit of using the hip fire, you'll forget it, and then you're gonna start ADSing. So find where that peak is, so leave it alone. Go from there. No tuning for the barrel. And last but not the least is the rear grip. Lachman TCG10. For recoil steadiness, okay, I keep it at 0.1 plus, because if you look at it, there's really no specific gain. But look at this, look at the recoil. Right? If you put it at 0, okay, there again, there's no benefit. If you move it all the way up, look at the recoil from 2 bars to 1 bar. Slowly sliding down from 2 bars to 1 bar. So again, you need to find where that peak goes, and also look at the handling specifically. Because again, there might be a scenario that you might have to ADS, yeah, but you just having some kind of aim down sight speed or handling can so at least you can ADS faster. Then sprint to fire speed, again, you're not you're not aiming, so you're not ADSing, and then you're not gonna have that annoying sway, so you don't need that. Focus on the sprint to fire speed. Okay. Right about here, I think I got it at like 0.20, but let me double check. So I'm hitting the peak and handling right about in this range, so 0.20. Okay. So with the changes, with that, again, checking the recoil pattern, very consistent. So this might be meta later, I'm not sure. Also, another trick that I noticed with the with this shroud, once the second bullet, or once you hear the second bullet leaves the barrel, it doesn't make sense when I say it, but once the second bullet fires, go ahead and tap your trigger button. So you can literally spam it. So like that. But I noticed that if you fire on the second bullet, it kind of automatically does it like that. So, but you can spam it. There you go. We're gonna test a few more guns later, so stand by for the next couple of videos.